bit mentally drained after that one. That's a big one. The opener there. I mean, whoever's going to critique it, fine. But it's called communication. It's called trying to get somewhere else. You know, maybe you've been at one particular place for a long time, and you want to get somewhere else.
No longer have a traditional home internet connection, and their only connection is through their cell phone. All the cell phone carriers are offering unlimited data plans, and that way you get all the video you want, all the data you wish, at no additional cost.
Yes.
Here's the cold hard truth.
Commercials, man, they relax you, don't they? Something about them. You ever hear that one commercial with Bounce, I think? Something like, you know, it's like I got a catchy little musical in it. There's our man. Our man's out here. What's up? I guess he hangs out here. What's up? Busy out here? You got those gold? What? Yeah, I took a shot up here. Sometimes I go down to that one down there. I got used to where you put your fingers, man. Yeah. Where do you keep your creamers and the lids and all that? Huh? Where do you keep the lids and the creamers? The lids and the creamers? Oh, over here? Yeah. Alright.
It's right here. And then you got flavor creamer. You got this right here.
Music's not too loud in here. Alright, we'll be right with you. Things change though. All set, just slide it.
Yep. Pretty close to this.
Yep.
1020.
You're into some decent music here. You play any instruments?
No,
Yeah.
I wish.
Good. Have a good one. Yep. Thanks.
Sure.
But the whole premise of today is like, because on that one, on the opener there, I was talking about, well, I'm glad that you stayed with us there. We were fixing our coffee and everything. This cat's like Jamaican looking, and he's like, the music, I don't know if you could hear that music, man, but it was just like, that's the thing. I mean, why, the whole thing, like this year, like with all the things that we had going on, it's like, I mean, I'm trying to like boil it down to like, you know, what does it matter? Like, you know, I mean, if you, whatever you, I guess we're talking about this right now. I mean, but seatbelt. But you know, there are some major things going on, I guess. Oh, I guess well, all this, you know, let's wait. Let's wait and see what happens. Again, a lot of this stuff, I mean, just, you know, from being a follower of it, opener, I mean, there's some people, that they have people that agree with them on a lot of things. I'm sure there are people out there that, would agree, would take the same kind of view as I am. Like, it's just the optics and all the things that preceded it. But, this could be legit. Like, I mean, this just could be something. When I say legit, I mean, someone just looking back. I mean, if this was the cash cab, we'd take them in. But I'm just saying that there's just something oddly. I mean, let's face it, there are people with a lot of different points of views, and they find comfort. And I apologize if you think, I was being kind of hard, but something like a good surgeon or whatever, like someone, or investigator or whatever, a helper or a friend or whatever you want to put in there. I mean, it's best if we all work together on it. I mean, that guy's a young guy, and I guess my whole theme was changed, like when when the whole thing, with Espo and all that, and then the friends up here, when we hung out, when this was our turf and all that kind of stuff, the keys have been handed over. It's like that. I mean, 20 years from now, maybe this guy will be doing videos. Maybe he'll be talking about similar things that I'm talking about. Like why all this? I mean, just like when Keanu West, when he did his stuff. I mean, why? I seen a video of this black gentleman. He's talking at this thing, and then there was Apatifa. I don't know how to say it, or whatever. And the thing with the widow. I mean, the guy's articulating. He's he had his hat on, or whatever. It wasn't a make a great, mega hat, whatever, make America great again. It was just a regular. I don't know what he had on, but he was there doing what he was doing, this is how I feel and everything, and then it punched him. And there was someone born with this huge big head. And when I woke up this morning, I was having a tail end of a dream. There's this guy, he's a white guy, he's been on my list for years. I know he does good work. I think he's associated somewhere in India. Sort of looks like me a little bit, wears sunglasses and all that kind of stuff. It was in my parlor. And, I mean, it was a dream. It was something I was trying to convince him, because, he used to, leave tags years ago and all that kind of stuff. When I was all with the light worker. And there's even this one guy, believes in that beautiful thing there. The woman, in that certain philosophy, religion. I don't know. What do you call it, religion or whatever? We label things. We have all hot words now, hot topics about everything. It's intense. Like I said yesterday with Cuomo, hyperbolic. And, these things that are going on. But the tone really needs to change. We have to say to ourselves, well, they have Statue of Liberty, we have all these things that we go on about, that, we're diverse, give us your pork, give us your tire, give us everything, huddle up and all that. We know, in doing so, that there's going to be a lot of people that are going to have, different, all these kinds of things. All these things that we have seemed to, for the last decade or more, or decades and decades, but intensively, particularly in the last decade. Just turn on the radio.
Trucking newspaper.
More commercials.
Watch me and my co-host Jessica Rose as we bring you
commercials. But you know what I'm getting at. It's all these issues day after day, not talking about good things, enjoying stuff. Maybe get on a train, stop by a restaurant, eat something delicious, see someone, how you doing, hey, what's going on? So it's not like that out there in the real world, out here, in here, with all this, the internet, it's easy, to just be like stupid, without thinking. We don't have time to think about stuff. It's like quick reflexes. You hear something, like all of a sudden, boom, put this up, and and if some stranger comes in, that has different, is kind of different, or says something different. That's what I mean by strange. They say something different. They say, well, what about this? What about that? What about this? What about that? And you're like, what?